get into the comics.
All right, well, first up, we got Action Comics number 975, written by Dan Jurgens and art by Doug Mahnke. Boy, howdy.
This is the second issue in the Superman Reborn arc, right?
Yep.
And Superman is the third issue. Okay, so we did have this in the right order. Wow. So this is the one where they reveal everything you need to know about the clone Clark Kent. Not clone Clark Kent. It's not a clone.
Doppel Clark.
Doppel Clark. Thank you.
Hold on. We have to ask Austin this question. Austin, have you caught up on Superman Reborn?
He's caught up.
Okay.
I don't think we should spoil it.
The issue's been out for a week.
Yeah, but we're just now discussing it. So I think it's only fair that we wait until the end of the story. I want to give people a little bit more time with this one.
The reveal's on a variant cover.
Is it really?
Yes, for the next issue, the reveal is on the variant cover.
All right, I guess. So,
spoilers if you haven't read it yet.
Spoilers if you haven't read it yet. Skip the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's just going to be Mario gushing over this book.
Yeah, Action Comics reveals that the doppelganger Superman, doppelganger Clark Kent, is actually
Mr. Mixospitalik.
Mr. Mixospitalik. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Mixospitalik is a being from the fifth dimension, along with Batmite.
You mean a fanboy in a bad Batman suit?
That was a good joke. I'll give him that. Basically, he's just a really big fan of Superman and someone who likes to play games.
No,
and
he's not necessarily a big fan.
No, he's a fan. He
Superman.
likes to play with them. He thinks they're friends. It's like Batmite.
He's a prankster, but
he's always well-meaning, except for now.
He's mischievous.
Yeah, he never means to hurt anybody, except for, like, I think a story before now.
Whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow?
Whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow, that was right. That was a good story.
That was a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite, but a good story. But,
So, yeah, it shows that he's been it the whole time. What tipped me off when I knew something was up and it might be him was when they're going through the Clark Kent's, like, cupboards, and I only see candy, and I'm like, well, what Superman villain or character eats a lot of candy? I recognize
plot
this.
twist, it's Bobby.
And I'm like, I recognize this. That someone does this, and then like they're opening it, and the world, like all the bright colors. I'm like, oh! And then he started changing different forms. And I'm like, oh! Well, that makes a lot of sense. But why? This is so like mean of you. You're not this mean. And then they explain why he's this mean. You cry.
I know.
You cry because it's not fair. He doesn't deserve any of this.
Oh, God. The backup story is written by Paul Dini.
Oh, he did amazing, too.
Yeah, I love his work on Mixie. We haven't seen Mixie since the beginning of the New 52 in Action Comics, and it's been far too long.
Yeah, what did he do at that time?
Well, he was actually kind of the good guy, because the villain for that was Vindictivix, which is like a new creation. Okay. It was just kind of... It was an okay story.
I mean...
Very Morrison-esque. It was part of like a 18-issue arc.
Yeah.
But it's good to see him back with like the classic suit, and like when you think classic Superman, like you can't go any more classic than Mr. Mixospitalik. Like, I mean, Lex Luthor's always going to be there, but Mixie is like some serious gold and silver age fun right there.
They try to do a fake out reveal saying it's actually Lex Luthor the whole time, and you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. How does that work?
For like 10 seconds, and this is going to sound really stupid, I thought that it was Chris Kent, which is General Zod's kid, that is, from what we still know, in the Phantom Zone. For like 10 seconds, I thought that. I'm like, wait, that wouldn't make much sense because he'd look like Zod. I know too much about Superman. But like, once he started changing, I'm like, oh, Mixie.
Mixie, baby, you looking fab. And also kind of terrifying.
It's good.
It is good.
It's very good.
Next issue.
Next up, we got All-Star Batman number 8, written by Scott Snyder and art by Giuseppe Camuncoli?
It's close enough. You're not picking this up, are you?
Nope. I'm just going to call this guy Cannoli.
For those of you who don't know or don't care, All-Star Batman has a villain that we don't get much light on, Mad Hatter. And it's a story about him, and it goes over a little bit not into detail, but it gives us an idea of where Batman and Mad Hatter first met, and you get this really cool, like, detective-style story where it's read in like not a third person, but like an outsider point of view, and reads like a detective novel, and it's very good, very good. I love this artist's style, and just the story. The story's really interesting written. It kind of shows that it just kind of shows another side of Scott Snyder writing, that how he can, the different ways that he can write, and he really is in this series trying to, like, the first story, very straightforward, very like normal. Imagine as a Batman story. This one is a little different. The story this with the whole like this like gang thing and the virus and whatnot. It reads like a lot like a detective novel, and it's really interesting how the story goes and what's going on with it. I'm curious to see where it goes from here. I really like it. Art's beautiful, story's beautiful, and I mean it's living up to his name as All-Star Batman. This is Batman's at his best, I feel.
And he's not calling Robin a retard.
Oh my god. All-Star Batman and Robin was a tragedy. It should have never happened.
That's terrible. I'm glad you're liking this book.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I just can't justify the $5 price.
It's worth it. It's larger. It's got a nice hardcover on the outside.
Until you said cover, I was gonna turn it into a dirty joke because I'm a 5-year-old.
Shut up. Very good. I think it's worth the $5 price.
All right.
Not $5. No, it is $5.
I'm sure they'll collect it.
Let me check that real fast. I got it right here somewhere.
See, this is one of those points where if we were using the old system, you couldn't hear Christian, but now that he's got the mic right up to his face, you can hear him. You know you love me.
I do. Even though you're a piece of shit. What was that? I love you, buddy. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see? Is it $5? Where's the price? Yeah, it's $5, but yeah, feel this, dude. Feel the quality of this. It's a huge issue, too. Look at the inside of that, man.
Oh, that's really good art.
It is beautiful art. It's a beautiful book. Huh.
I'll have to pick it up and trade. I'm sure they'll put it out.
Oh, yeah, they'll put this out in trade. I think they've already got the first trade out, I think.
Really?
I think so. Well, this is an ongoing series. We don't know when this is going to end. How long did All-Star Superman go for?
12 issues. But that was a self-contained
Yeah, well,
story.
this is expected to continue on for a while.
Huh.
So, yeah, this is going to be, this is definitely Snyder's swan song for this character. It's good.
His final piece? That's his last thing for Batman?
I hope so. I honestly hope this is it. Like,
'Cause that's what a swan song is.
I know, like, this, because it's supposed to be your best and final piece. I really do think this is everything I like on with him and Batman. I really kind of, like, it's so good.
The Batmans?
The Batmans.
All right, well, next up is Aquaman number 18, written by Dan Abnett and art by Philip Briones.
19?
19? Did I say 18?
Yeah, you said 18.
Oh.
It's Aquaman
My bad. Aquaman number 19. I can't read. Philip Briones is the artist, and I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a fun monster thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
cool.
We get to see
It's,
Aquaman take on some monsters from the sea.
It's a character from a New 52 comes back.
See, I only read a couple issues of that. So
I didn't read much of it either. I knew about the original character from
like Deadwater or something like that.
Yeah, I think I read it off Austin, or like Austin had me read it or something, or someone had me read it. And I mean, it was fine. It was okay. And I mean, this is fine. It's a good start to a good story. I'm interested to see where it goes. Kind of creepy. It's got a horror movie vibe to it.
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of stupid how it can like teleport through any size puddle of water. I'm like, that's a little ridiculous.
When you get down to it, it's pretty much Water Mirror Master.
Yeah, basically.
But like the final bit with all the monsters coming out, I'm like, all right, cool. I like seeing monsters.
Yeah, it's cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, not much else to say about it.
Yeah,
it's
it
fine.
was fine. Yeah, it was a good book. It's Aquaman's keeping relative quality. It's keeping itself at a pace. It doesn't. Sometimes
It hasn't lost me.
Sometimes it can drag on a little bit. In this book, I feel like there's moments where I'm like, okay, this is dragging at this point, but it never got boring. It just dragged a little bit at times.
Briones draws a beautiful mirror.
Yeah, he does. He draws beautiful everything.
Yeah. Well, next up is Archie number 18, written by Mark Waid and art by Pete Woods. And boy, howdy, this is a good issue.
Is it?
Yeah,
Tell me
it's
about it.
well, I don't want to spoil anything,
Okay.
but we get some stuff with Jughead being attempted. No, who is it? The Blossoms, Cheryl and her brother try to figure out why
Cheryl Blossom's brother is dead in Riverdale.
Yep. Well,
It's in the first episode, Austin. Calm down.
Well, a couple issues ago, the Lodge family, Veronica Lodge's father, he bought out the Blossom Company.
You told me about that.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, the Blossom kids get sent to Riverdale, and they're told that they're broke. But if they had gotten bought out, they would have had some money. So their father's keeping a secret from them. So they try to enlist Jughead to find out why that is. Of course, he's not going to help him or help them. So you got that subplot, and then you got a bit with Betty going on a date with some guy that she typically wouldn't go out with.
You mean not Archie?
Yeah, and then we have some stuff with Archie and Veronica. They seem to have lost the flame. They're not clicking anymore like they used to. So that trip that Veronica had been forced to take kind of did a number on that relationship. So we get to see what happens down the line.
Huh.
So
it's like a teen drama.
It's a slice of life thing with like some really rich people.
It's a slice
some rich people, but
it's like I've always imagined Archie as that slice of life that's the most unrealistic thing ever.
Yeah, I enjoy it though.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't. You gave me some issues to read, and I just haven't read them yet.
Do it. I think you'd like it.
I do. I just don't have the first issue, and every time I go to read it, I'm like, oh wait, I have to find the first issue online. I'm like, I'll do it later.
If I had remembered, I would have brought the first issue with me when I went home.
Sorry. I'll find it online. I'll watch it. I'll read the first issue like tomorrow.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it.
I would. I like slice of life.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's it for Archie. Next up is Batgirl and the Birds of Prey number 8, written by Julie Benson and art by Rogue Antonia. Weird first name. Tell me about it.
It's better. It's better than what it has been. Apparently, Nightwing is in this book with them. I don't know. I don't hate the series. The series is just not super interesting, and it's not written super well. I just don't think this writer's very good at writing these characters. I don't think they put them in situations that are very interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing this being handed over to another writer. I just don't think she has the chops for it. And it really was like, you can tell in the first story, and it just dragged on forever, and it was fine, but it wasn't great. And like, now I'm really starting to feel like, they're like, oh, all right, can we like get to the point now already? Like, can we stop? But it's fine. It can be better. There's not much to say about it. New story, new arc. It's got some cool moments in it, but it's also got an equal amount of just like roll your eyes moments. A lot of sexual tension between Nightwing and Batgirl, even though like Nightwing's dating and might be having a kid on the way. We don't know yet.
Do you think Benson knows that?
Benson?
Yeah, the artist.
It should.
The author.
It should. They haven't. Like they're part of the Bat team.
Aren't they? From what I understand, aren't like all the writers sent copies of each of the issues from all the series to know what their continuity is?
At least with DC, from what I understand, when you are writing a character and you're adding a character from another book into your story, you are supposed to be let know what's going to happen in the next few stories. So like, they should know that she should know at least that Nightwing has a girlfriend, and Nightwing's girlfriend might be pregnant. Now, this might be taking place before the events of this current book is happening, which is entirely possible.
Considering it's a monthly book.
Yeah. So, that could be what's going on, but at the same time, Benson shouldn't write it, like, I don't know. I guess she wrote the sexual tension so she can have a moment where the two of them are like, oh, but we're just friends. I'm like, but we don't really need that. We already know that.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, really, they only had like sexual tension for like what? I mean, an issue or two. In Nightwing and Batgirl, it wasn't very long. It was super short. I mean, they were only kind of dating for a short time. It wasn't nothing. And Nightwing's the kind of guy that doesn't sleep with the girl like on the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth date.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
He is.
For those who didn't hear
he is quite contrary to his name, not a dick.
Just made the joke. He keeps his dick in his pants. For those who don't understand the joke, it's because his name is Dick Grayson.
Contrary to his name, he is not a dick.
No, he's not. And so I mean, it's kind of cool, and I like. It always bugged me because Batgirl and him aren't they? Don't they have like a 5-year age gap? I don't know. It's fine.
Wow.
Little issues are just little issues. I'm not a big fan of it. Let's go on to the next one. Let's go on the good one.
The good one. Yes, this is a good one. It's Batman number 19, written by Tom King and art by David
rub
Finch.
It all over my body.
Please don't ever say that again. I'm sure we just lost 10 subscribers.
We only have like 14. We can't lose 10. We can't do that. But rub it over my body, please. It's so good. Oh my god. This story's pretty great with Bane. Oh god, it's just Bane going through Arkham beating up on mentally ill people. It's just like, it shouldn't sound good, but it is. It totally is.
You know what this issue lacked?
What?
Condiment King.
No, he was in the background.
Was he?
Yes, he was in the background with Mad Hatter, and you can see Kite Man for a second there too.
How did I miss that?
It is in the background. Here.
Oh. Well, let me look at that while you gush about this book.
Well, so this book, what makes this book amazing is that it's a book about Batman, to which Batman only has a few panels in. It really does allow, like, it allows the, it brings in these villains and allows these villains to, like, take charge. And I really appreciate this. We get a series of just different shots of different villains. And from what's explained is that Batman offered them a deal, and if they slowed down Bane or stopped the Bane, they could get, what was it, like, different amenities.
Yeah.
And it was super cool because they gave King the opportunity to draw these characters however he wanted, in whatever way he wanted. No, I actually don't think Condiment King's in this. You're absolutely right. Mad Hatter's in it, though.
He is.
And weirdly, so is Amigo Dala. I think his name is.
I don't know. I'm not.
Solomon Grundy's in it too.
He is.
And it's just him going through these villains, and the first one he sees is Maximus Seuss, and Maximus Seuss is quoting poetry. Then he sees Two-Face with, I think, one of the greatest Two-Face arts to ever be put on paper. I mean, the recoloring was done, like, the kind of change in how Two-Face normally looks was done by Snyder in his All-Star Batman book, but it was so good that everyone's just kind of keeping with it, so I really like that. It has one of the coolest lines spoken by Bane ever. Two-Face kind of points out to Bane that, so I think the question then, so it goes, stop Bane, so, sorry, I'm going to go from the beginning. So, Two-Face is talking to Bane. I just love this bit because I think this describes the entire book. This kind of just describes this entire what happens in this book. On the other hand, Batman has offers a fair deal. Stop Bane, bring him in, alive, obviously. Batman will improve our imprisonment. That's how we dent. And then Two-Face starts talking. On the other, and mind you, what they have is they have the face, but they have them in two different panels and split down the middle to show the two talking. And it's really cool because on the other hand, this is Two-Face talking. On the other hand, I want to cleave Batman's spleen. I want to wrap it around his soft, pathetic neck. I want to tighten the knot and watch his eyes sink, his mouth twitch as he tries to beg me for forgiveness. So then this is Harvey Dent talking again. So I think the question then becomes: were we to defy Batman and possibly agree to help you? What are you offering? And then it's just. What you should understand about comics is that when you flip a page, flipping a page is important. A good writer knows how to do a page flip, and a good writer knows where to put an advertisement. So what they did was really great because then you flip the page, next thing you know, you see Bane beating on Two-Face, and then just one line, pain. I offer pain, and that's the entire book. Him going through these people, going through all these villains, and just annihilating them. And it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. It starts off with this, like, beautiful, just kind of, like, almost poetic talking of Maximus Seuss, kind of, like, describing the story. And this, like, beautiful shot of just Two-Face's face, and just, like, really well colored. And it ends on one of the coolest looking, not really ends, but the page right before the last is just this beautiful splash page, just Bane and Batman staring at each other, ready to fight, like in a brawl stance. And it's just one of the coolest looking things I've ever seen. I adore this book from beginning to end, and it's just so, so good. It's going to go down as one of the best stories told in a Batman book ever.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Because I really liked it too. It was a good Batman.
I just sat there and gave this entire deep analysis. And you're just like, Iku.
Next up is Batwoman #1, written by Marguerite Bennett and art by Steve Epting.
It's fine. I want to see what issue 2 has to do. That's all I have to really say about it, honestly. It's fine. It's a fine story. It's beginning. I'm curious what they do from here. It's a little slow. It's a little bland, but then again, they're just getting their feet. It's the first official issue of the series, so let's let them get a couple issues in before I start really judging them harshly. It's not bad, it's just a little slow.
Alright.
And it doesn't have much going on for it right now. It's the first issue, so.
Alright, well, next up is Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye #6, written by Jonathan Rivera and Gerard Way, and art by Michael Avon Oeming.
Very good. Oving has an opportunity to do some of the trippiest art I've seen in a book in a long time, and it was totally worth it. Very good. I liked it. Fun story. Weird where it went. Weird where it's going, and it's weird to the end. Good on them. Hashtag keep it weird.
It works for Bean, because he is weird.
I love weird books. I love books that just make me sit there and go, what? Why?
Because
it's cool that way. They're literally on an acid trip at one point, and it's the best.
Well, next up, Detective Comics #952, written by James Tynion IV and art by Christian Deuce. And somewhere Dan Didio is pleasuring himself to the number 52.
Yeah, right. I love this book.
Yeah, it was good.
I thought it was pretty
a
good.
little slow at the beginning, but
I think
picked up.
This Detective Comics story is going to take some time. Like, I liked the first issue. I'm liking this issue, but it's taking a little time to get its feet on the ground. It's not like Bane, which was like started off running and hasn't stopped. This one definitely seems like it's taking its time to set up a story, and it wants to set up this like big fight. But it's a major League of Assassins story, which major focus isn't Ra's al Ghul and Batman, which I think is kind of weird, and I want to see what they do with that.
Yeah, they have more time to play around with this one because they don't have the, I guess, time constraint of trying to finish everything up before the Button and Batman and the Flash. So they got a little bit more time to flesh this out, and I think that'll be good. We get some nice stuff with Spoiler here. We
do. We're getting a lot of nice stuff with both Spoiler and Cassandra Cain, and I'm enjoying that. And I like that they're adding some complexity to Cassandra Cain's character.
I liked it a lot.
Let's go to the next one.
Pretty good fight too.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Oh boy, howdy! There was a panel in there. Just real quick, there was a panel in there where Spoiler was about to fight what's her face, and it looks straight up like a Mortal Kombat opening screen.
It does, doesn't it? It was pretty cool.
Well, next up is Flash #18, written by Joshua Williamson and art by Neil Googe.
So I have a question about this book. If maybe you can answer it. Does this take place before Amanda Waller getting shot and killed, or does this accidentally spoil the fact that Amanda Waller's not dead? Because we don't know whether she's still dead, whether she's dead or not, but they're telling us she's dead right now.
That's a good question. Well, I can't imagine that they would kill off a character as important as Amanda Waller in a book that not many people are reading. I can't imagine too many people are buying Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but
I figured they'd make a little bit bigger of a deal of that.
What's the girl name that's taken over for Amanda Waller?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Harcourt or Hardycourt or
yeah,
something like
Harcourt or something like that.
She's interesting. I'm just curious because they're remaining pretty consistently. Nope, she's dead. I'm like, why?
Unless, of course, this takes place before that.
Which I'm sure it does, but
yeah.
If it takes place after, then they kind of just spoiled the fact that she's not dead.
I mean, did you really expect her to stay dead?
No, it's comics.
Yeah.
I only expect one person to stay dead, and that's Uncle Ben.
Yeah, or the Waynes.
Not true.
Oh, that's true. They have been back.
There's an alternate world where they're still alive.
Well, mainline.
And Bruce
main
is dead.
line. Yeah.
For now.
Anyway, it was a good book.
Yeah,
it's nice to see some stuff building up.
I would expect the Paul Malkent to be dead.
Yeah. Well, that depending on the continuity. Good issue.
Yeah,
if you've been enjoying the series so far, you won't be
Yeah,
disappointed.
I'm curious to see where it goes. We learned something about Reverse Flash. Mainly, we learned he's not Belle Reeve.
Yeah, yep. We also get Captain Boomerang in this, and I love Captain Boomerang. He is one of my favorite Flash villains.
Sorry about the whole like sound of me drinking hydrogenated water. Thank you.
You're the worst.
I am. Let's go to the Green Arrow.
All right, well, next up is Green Arrow number 19, written by Ben Percy and art by Eleonora Carlini?
Yeah.
Also going to call you Cannoli. Dang it, Austin.
Beeps and boops, because you got your diabetes.
What are you, a robot?
Beep, boop, beep.
Love you, buddy.
Green Arrow's fine. Green Arrow's good. I like it. It's a good book as always. I like the Arsenal Green Arrow relationship. I think it's kind of cool to see them two back together. I think it's kind of cool to see like Arsenal not wanting anything to do with Ollie and kind of mad at him. Like that's kind of nice. I'd imagine he would be. They've been recently really talking about all like Arsenal's drug addiction and really just like discussing it and bringing it back into more mainstream.
They brought that up in Titans too.
Yep, they do. They talk about it a couple times. It seems like they're trying to bring back the complexity. Ollie, because Ollie kind of not Ollie.
Speedy?
Not Speedy. He does not like that name. Arsenal lost that complexity for a while because
Yeah.
it was there and then it was gone. Golden age of Green Arrow was during that. Golden age for Green Arrow and Green Lantern was that time period. The Green Lantern.
Oh, with Neil Adams stuff?
Yeah, that was a hell of a series.
Dang, boy.
It's super relevant, and people were like, it was like I think it was what was considered one of the first times
One of
comics.
the first times that comics dealt with drug abuse.
Well, the first time that,
Well, there was a Spider-Man issue.
Comics was taken like seriously as an art form and like
Yeah.
as a way of
There was
speaking was that comic line.
Spider-Man issue that did that too.
You ever real fast side tangent? Did you hear what have you ever heard about the story about the original name for Jon Stewart? It was
It's either something really cool or something really racist.
apparently like he told them like, hey, I want to do a black Green Lantern. I wanna. And they're like, okay, that's fine. It's like, all right. Well, here's the character description. Here's what the character is. I just don't have a name. Could you name him for me? So Neil Adams talking to like I think his editor. So yeah, sure, why not? Apparently his original name was Lincoln Washington.
That's really stupid.
The most racist thing I have ever heard. It's super like they gave him the most. He might as well. He has a name that walks out and just screams, "I'm black. Look at me." Like that was like apparently Neil Adams' biggest problem. He's like that name has no subtlety to it. You naming him the blackest name humanly possible. So well, apparently the editor's like, well, how am I supposed to name him? And then Neil Adams like a person. And he got the name Jon Stewart because it's just the first stupid thing that came to his mind. Just call him like something simple. I don't know, like Jon Stewart or something. And apparently, like, that's what stuck. And I'm like, I was listening to the story he was telling it on one of Kevin Smith's episodes of Fat Man on Batman. I'm just like, this is the greatest story because it's just so typical DC not to understand why something's wrong. Sorry, side tangent.
Boy, howdy.
Green Arrow was good.
Well, speaking of Green Lanterns, we got Green Lanterns number 19, so kind of a perfect transition.
Thank you.
Written by Sam Humphries and art by Ronan Cliquette.
I like this book. I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna need a bit of a refresher because I read like 23 or 24 books this week.
That's a good point. Let me pull it out for you. Let you get a good. Where is my Green Lantern book?
There it is.
Oh, there it is. So
I remember enjoying the art in this a lot.
yeah. So basically, to give you a quick refresher, this is the book that does with Dr. Polaris.
That's
And-
right.
okay.
Yeah.
And here, let me get you a couple.
Yeah, just show me a
scenes.
couple panels and I'll be good.
There's a section that I think you would recognize. I'm gonna get to it. For those of you wondering, it is kind of funny. It's a panel. Here it is. This is the final panel.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm totally on board with this story.
Yeah, I like it. I'm kind of curious where it's going from there. They kind of branched away from the story they ended on originally with the Guardian losing his like body to the first Lantern.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do with that.
Oh, Volthoom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm sure they're gonna bring it up. The whole thing with the guy being trapped in like some sort of crystal ball like thing.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna come back up. But right now, like they're dealing with Polaris. Dr. Polaris.
Well, I'd call it serious something stupid like Genie in a Bottle or something.
Probably. I dream of Volthoom.
Volthoom.
He does the dance and everything.
Yeah.
It's good. Pick it up.
It's fun. I like it. It's good art. It's good art. Interesting story.
Cover's gorgeous.
Yeah. Dr. Polaris is basically
DC Magneto.
DC's Magneto. It's like it's such a rip-off of Magneto. It's actually kind of hilariously
Did he come out
disgusting.
before or after Magneto?
After.
Really?
Magneto's old. Magneto's an old character. Magneto's one of the original characters, villains introduced in the X-Men. Not original, but one of the older characters. I'm pretty sure Magneto's older.
Okay, well, his first appearance was in 1963. Let's look up Magneto. I'm not too sure on this. Magneto, also 63, but that's September 1963 versus June 63 for Dr. Polaris. So technically, Dr. Polaris is the original Magneto. Wait, no, Magneto is Marvel Dr. Polaris.
Well, here's the question, because what was Polaris' original abilities? Was his abilities always magnetics? Was it always he can control metal? That sounds a lot dirtier than it should.
Hey, look at this.
It's a good thing about having computers on the show. We're allowed to look up stuff.
Things that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess not. I guess not a ripoff. Technically came first. All right, cool.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, what do you know?
Because you don't see Dr. Polaris around too often.
You mean never?
Yeah, like the
you
Ray.
mean I actually forgot he existed until they brought him back into the Suicide Squad versus Justice League. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is a guy.
Yeah. He was in that, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh. Well, anyway, we got Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, number 16, written by Robert Venditti and art by Rafael Sandoval. I liked it.
So, if the ending is to be believed, which I don't think it is, this is a freaking emotionally discouraging book.
I shouldn't like you this much, Guy Gardner.
I actually don't like Guy in this book, this issue. I don't understand why he's doing what he's doing. Like, I get why. I don't see the necessity behind why. It just seems like he's just wants to prove to himself that he's not a pussy, and I'm like, you've done that plenty of times. You're fine.
Well, I'm sure he's got some back history with this.
Because like this is a character.
Blood.
This is a character that he's fought.
Arkell.
Yeah, I mean, this is a character he's fought before. That he's always beaten. I don't understand what his bad blood is. I mean, I get it because he's basically the Guy Gardner of the Yellow Lantern Corps. Like that's basically what he is. But like he's always beating. He's always beat him up. He's always beat him. I don't get it.
I'm not too steeped in Green Lantern.
I don't understand why this fight needed to happen, but I like it. It's fun to watch. It's cool to see Guy not fight with his ring and the two of them fight man to man. I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
He says something like, "I'm from Brooklyn" or something.
That sounds like a nice place. After you, I'll visit. After I finish you, I might visit. I'm like, dang.
I'm from Baltimore. That's right. There's a lot of blood in this book, and it looked really weird.
Yeah, it was very bloody.
Very plastic-looking blood. It's fine.
I just think that's
Sandoval?
Sandoval's.
I think it really has a lot to do with the inker, because usually. Well,
because it's just I think it's how Sandoval draws, and I think it doesn't. It just looks weird. I don't know.
Good issue.
Yeah, it's a good issue.
Next up, we got Justice League number 17, written by Brian Hitch and art by Fernando Pasarin.
Okay, I guess. This book is just alright.
The story hasn't ended, which is surprising.
Yeah, like it's weird that this is the story that they put their money in. This is the story that they back with extra issues. Like, really, Hitch? This is the story you want to put? Oops, sorry guys. This is the story you want to put tons of issues behind? I mean, I guess it's good, but like, is it that good?
It takes place right before Superman Reborn, because John and Lois have also been kidnapped in this book. So.
They're still called John and Lois Smiths.
Yeah. I don't like Pasarin, whatever.
I don't care. I don't care about this villain at all.
No. The artist. He draws Superman really weird.
It's fine. He draws Batman kind of weird too.
He just draws weird.
He draws men weird, which I find an odd mix. Because Wonder Woman's fine.
Yeah.
All of his male characters are drawn a little bulky.
Superman's face is just weird though.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
It's not bad.
It's not great. It's not a great story. It's not a bad story though. I don't feel like it's gone
There's
on
potential here.
Yeah, I don't think it's gone on too long. I just think it's just hasn't yet proven its need to exist.
Yeah.
Just fine. You don't need to prove that you don't need to like. You don't need to necessarily be the best thing ever to be enjoyable. You
just
need to
entertain me.
Yeah, and it's entertaining to a degree.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see like. It's cool to see Wonder Woman back at the birth of her Greek
that's
gods.
cool.
That's like a super. Every time I get back to like, that's really cool. Hitch. That's a great idea.
Good ideas here.
Yeah.
Just have to wait to see how they're all wrapped up.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Justice League of America #2, written by Steve Orlando, and art by Felipe Watanabe.
Felipe. Felipe.
That's a fun name to say.
Felipe.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It
It's an alright issue.
didn't grab me as much as the first one
No,
did.
the villain's not very interesting. Weak
He's
first
really
villain.
not.
I like the ending though. The ending was super cool.
See, part of me wants to just ride out this arc and see if, I'm still interested afterwards. 'Cause
I mean, I'm
a
picking
lot
it
of the
up.
chemistry between the characters seems to have disappeared.
I'm picking up because of Batman.
But I also want to pick it up because it's the Justice League title, and usually with Justice League titles, something happens. Like this is where all of the main stuff goes down, unless it's like a big event. So I kind of need to pick it up to find out what's going on.
It also has Batman in it. That's why I'm picking it up. It's got Batman.
I'm picking it up for the
It's got-
Lobo-Batman relationship.
It's so good. It's got Batman kind of giving Vixen main control of the team, and I'm
You mean
like,
Black Canary?
no, Vixen.
No, because Black Canary was the one that he recruited to keep them honest.
Yeah, but Vixen is who he's recruited to be like his second hand, someone he can.
That's right.
So she takes charge toward the end of the book. I'm like, okay, cool. I love Vixen. She's a natural leader. She's a natural leader character.
The best part of this book is the ending, really. 'Cause it's like, all right, cool, we're gonna do this.
I do love the line. We can't invade a sovereign nation. We can't just invade a sovereign nation because we just or like something like that. I'm like, yeah, you can. You're America. You do this all the time. This
What's
is like
stopping you now?
What's stop? Moral complexity stopping you now? What are you talking about? What? I've seen you with moral complexity. We do terrible things with moral complexity.
We don't even have any morals.
No, we don't. We're a nation without morals. What are we talking about? I can't do it, guys. I'm just like, whatever. Shut up.
The closest thing to morals we have is murals, and that's with a U.
Oh my god. Let's move on.
I thought that would be funnier. Next up is Lucifer #16, written by Richard Kedry, and art by Lee Garbett.
It's good. It's good. A lot of Lucifer is a lot of setup to interesting conclusions. Like the first, I want to say 7 issues of Lucifer is set up to the last like, I don't know, was it like 4 issues of that story? And it was totally worth it. So a lot of it is a lot of just talking, discussing, solving. It's a lot of these pieces being put together. Now we've been introduced to a character who's all-knowing. This little girl character who's literally all-knowing.
Okay.
And her friend who's also all-knowing. And, like, I guess they have the powers of a god. And it's really fascinating. Again, it's another book to where it's super... what's it called?
Sacrilegious?
Sacrilegious. It's super sacrilegious. They've now started calling God's reincarnated form the false god. And I'm like, that's his, like, now his official name is the false god. And I'm like, wow. Dang. He's like Old Testament God. That's what he's like.
Oh, fire and brimstone.
Yeah, he's evil or Old Testament God. That's how they describe him. He's like a crueler, more vicious Old Testament God. And he is the Christian God. They've made very clear that he is the Christian God reincarnated into this form.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, okay. He's evil. Jesus, he's evil.
It's funny because he's a carpenter, you see.
He's a carpenter, you see.
You'll find out about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
So it's good?
Yeah, it's fun. I like it a lot. I like the story.
I'll probably pick it up
Characters are
in
good
trade.
enough.
Maybe
That's worth
bum
it.
it off you.
I would say get the first trade. You would like it. The first story is definitely worth the read. The second story hasn't gotten its legging yet, but I'm curious to see where it's going.
Oh, okay. Well, next up we got Mother Panic #4, written by Jody Houser and art by Sean Crystal. Wow, some readable names.
I like this one a lot. I like this. I don't know, villain / not villain they've introduced. I'm curious to see what they do with it. I like the main character a lot. She's kind of cool. Her costume's super stupid, but kind of cool looking. Like, come on, man. Wait, do I have it up here to grab quickly? No, I don't, do I? Oh, yeah, I do. Actually, it's right not here. Oh, no, there it is. Look at that. It's this white suit with these weird ear-looking things.
That's really stupid.
Yeah, but it's like...
It looks like a furry.
It does look like a furry. It looks really cool at times. Like, it's drawn really well enough times to where I'm just like, I can be fine with it. The only issue is that end of every issue, there's this, like, 2-page, sometimes 3-page thing called Gotham Radio. I've just started skipping because it's stupid.
Huh.
Yeah, like, it's stupid. It's just stupid.
That's the one that takes place, in Gotham?
I guess.
Somewhere around that
I read
area?
I read the first 2 of them, and then this is issue 3 or 4. I haven't read the last 2. Or like the last one. Yeah, this is issue 4. So I've only read the first 2. I didn't read the last 2. I read the first 2 of Gotham Radio. I'm like, this is stupid, and I just stopped reading them. Because you don't have to read them to get to the story. I can just ignore them. Which is good. It's just, I don't know why it needs to be there.
Watch it come back and bite you in the ass.
It's gonna suck.
Well, next up is New Superman number 9, written by Jane Luen Yang and art by Victor Bogdanovic.
You should take the reins on this one. This one's pretty interesting.
I liked this one quite a bit.
You do a review for this.
Yeah,
I
posted the review to the Collectors Coalition Facebook page. So if you already read that, you already know my thoughts on it. I think it's good. We get to see Keenan make a stupid decision, and that's totally in character with him.
One of many.
The thing I really liked here is that he could have been patient. Right? So Luthor offers this way for him to get his powers, right? Because really the way that he got his powers is through stolen LexCorp technology or like the experiments that he was working on. Mm-hmm. And so he offers Keenan, all right, well, Keenan, look, there's this way that you can get all your powers. You just got to open this portal. I've been trying to open it. I can't get it open. Mm-hmm. Now, Master I Ching, he says, Keenan, this is a really stupid idea. Uh-huh. You need to learn how to hone your powers because that's the only way that you're going to get them fully. Keenan decides to open the portal anyway. Turns out it's a gateway to hell.
Not hell, the afterlife.
So a portal, kind of like afterlife-ish hell.
It's a gateway to the afterlife because that's where the reason why he was getting the link to his powers was because the New 52 Superman was in there.
Yeah.
Because he's dead, and that's why there was a strong connection by him opening it. That's how he could open it.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing I like here is that Yang could have had Keenan not open it and take the logical high road right here.
Which would have been the Superman thing to do.
But that's the thing.
He's not Superman.
Keenan and Clark are 2 very different people. Mm-hmm. Keenan's not going to make the same moral and logically sound choices that Clark's going to make. So instead of learning and taking his time to actually earn his abilities, he tries to take the easy route, comes back to bite him in the ass hard. So, So there's some good stuff here. I like it. I love the way that Yang keeps me interested in this story, and
I like Chinese The Flash.
Yeah. I like that this is starting to really feel like it's part of the DCU, though.
Yeah.
Instead of just an isolated thing, because Keenan's now in Metropolis. At the moment in LexCorp Towers.
There's also, out of all these books, we're going to get some more of them later, this is the first big sign that Lex is going back to his old evil ways. I accidentally just bumped the mic. I am sorry. He's totally evil. He's manipulative, and he does the right amount of schmoozing to make you believe that he's on your side and he's your buddy. Boy, howdy, is that wrong? Yeah.
I say that a lot. Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy. It's really nice.
It's good. If you're not picking it up, you should be. There's a lot of good stuff here. And New 52 Superman's coming back quite a bit in these past couple books.
Well, yeah, his death is going to have an impact to the overall universe.
Yeah. So next up is Nightwing number 17, written by Tim Seeley and art by Javi Hernandez.
Good book. The highlight being the ending, which I don't want to spoil for anybody.
Not spoiling that for you.
Yeah, so... pretty good, pretty interesting, good series.
There's a really good moment with Robin here.
Yeah,
where he's trying to get Nightwing to wake up or something, or like come out of some trance thing.
Yeah, and just him like begging, and it's like adorable.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, buddy,
Yeah.
but you're
I
kind
don't
of
have
being
many,
an ass right
I don't
now.
have many friends. I like it. I think it's really good. And I recommend picking it up if you like the character.
It's good. Yeah, like exactly what Christian said. It's a fun read. I'm excited to see where it goes. Next up is Red Hood and the Outlaws #8, written by Scott Lobdell and art by Kenneth Rutherford.
I get why this book needed to exist. I understand it completely. We needed to give backstory to Artemis, but God, it was boring.
Yeah, it was kind of boring. I missed Kenneth Rutherford though.
Yeah, good art.
I like his art a lot.
I thought
So that intro panel where Wonder Woman shows up was really unnecessarily sexual.
Yeah, like her standing on her tippy toes. I'm like
boobs out, butt out. Like,
why?
Kenneth, what are you doing?
Kenneth,
You know better.
Why are you drawing like an idiot?
You know what you did.
I was looking back. Are there any other times that he does that with any other character? I'm like, no, it's just this one moment.
The original Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Well, yeah, but in this book, and in this book itself, I'm like, dude.
Well, because he hasn't been on here for this book, like this current.
Yeah, I mean,
volume.
like during this issue, was there another time other than that one moment? It's like, no, it's just that one moment. But whatever.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But art's good. If you're really interested in it, that's fine. It's kind of a filler issue.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah. That package thing that they put it in with that stupid comic book.
Don't get me started.
Next up is Star Wars Dr. Aphra #5, written by Kieran Gillen and art by Kev Walker.
Also known as the book that I read 5 minutes before we started recording. Big week for me. Fine, good, interesting. Curious to see where it goes. We get to see more of those like ancient Jedi guys from like 1,000 years ago. It was pretty cool. More Old Republic drops of different like stuff and whatnot. I like it. I think it's very interesting. And I'm curious to see what goes on from here.
So it's good?
Yeah, good.
That's good. All right, well, next up we got Star Wars, Poe Dameron #12, and that's written by Charles Soule and art by Phil Noto.
Charles Soule's a really good writer. He really knows what he's doing. Charles Soule's also going to be writing a new Darth Vader book, which is supposed to take place right after Episode 3. But right after Episode 3, apparently it takes place the second after that big stupid no sequence from Episode 3, and that's where Charlie Soule said that's where he'll start his Darth Vader comic, is right after that. So that's interesting. But Soule's a good writer, and he really does show that in his Poe Dameron line, adding a lot of complexity to not only Poe Dameron's character, but adding new characters to add some more complexity to them. Also made C-3PO kind of a badass in this book, which I appreciated.
Huh.
Yeah, surprised me too. I'm like, oh, C-3PO, you're a badass. Good for you, man.
Is it like droids where everything that like goes right for them is just the byproduct of his clumsiness?
He actually uses his ability to speak in different languages to his benefit. He figured, since I guess these animals that are in an area have their own unique form of language, he's able to pick up exactly how it works, and he replicates it to get them attacking. Yeah,
interesting.
It's really cool. It was actually really cool. And he mentions like, yeah, their language is complex yet primitive. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So we warned them that these people are bad, and they all attacked them. I'm like, yeah, boy, get them, get them. It's cool. I liked it.
All right. Well, next up we got Suicide Squad #13, written by Rob Williams and art by John Romita Jr.
Again, another book which is made far more better by its ending, and I really don't want to spoil it. Other than John Romita Jr. can't draw.
So you agree with me now? You finally agree with me?
Can't draw this book at least. I liked his Batman.
Yeah. Well, he can't draw.
No,
I liked the backup story though.
Yeah, backup story was great. I want that artist.
I actually finally care about Hack a little bit.
A little.
After 13 issues, I finally kind of like the character. Kind of. In the most minuscule form.
Hopefully we get more of her. Ha! Sorry, I almost choked on something.
I thought it was vomit. Like, yeah. No, I hate the stupid bubble bun things.
Yeah, it's a little dumb.
Stupid design. It's good though.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Supergirl #2. Austin, what are you doing? What is this, 7?
I think so. Austin, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think this is #7.
Yeah, something like that. Go ahead and keep going.
It's written by Steve Orlando and art by Matthias Bergara.
It's 7.
Yeah, 7. It's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's much better than the first arc.
I guess.
we
like the first arc.
actually return to the character that shows up in the Supergirl Rebirth issue, that Kryptonian werewolf thing.
Kryptonian werewolf is just stupid.
It's a stupid concept, but we get a reference to Wegthor.
Yeah,
which is
kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting. I wonder when exactly whatever his character's name was, whenever that story takes place, because that should be destroyed. Jack Sur destroys it, and then he gets put in the Phantom Zone. He's the first Phantom Zone villain. Like, he's the first one that gets put in there. So,
dang.
Yeah. But it's good, and we get a reveal at the end that makes me really excited.
Yeah, it makes me excited too.
Art's a lot better. I like this artist better than the other guy.
Yeah. I like the other guy, though, so it'll be fair.
I didn't like it. Next up is Super Sons #2, written by Peter J. Tomasi and art by George Jimenez. This is exactly what I expected out of this book.
Yeah, just the Mr. Mxyzptlk, and Superman confrontation that we always want.
Yeah, we're on Super Sons.
Oh, we're on Super Sons? I thought we got Superman. I'm sorry. I don't know why my brain skipped an issue. My bad. Super Sons is cool.
It's exactly what I wanted out of this series.
Mm-hmm.
The banter is great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Curious to see where it goes. Another Lex Luthor going evil drop in here.
He's hiding something.
Yeah, he's hiding something. He's planning something big.
Then there's like, I can't spoil it because crap.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good, very good.
It's fun. Pick it up if you're not picking it up. Next up is Superman #19, Christian.
Sorry.
Written by Peter J. Tomasi and art by Patrick Gleason, and art by Mick Gray and Patrick Gleason. It's good. Art was a little bit weird, but it didn't hinder the story. Pretty good. And this actually, the next book that we're talking about ties into this, explaining one thing in here. I like it.
Oh, too. Confrontation's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How the confrontation itself is also kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. It's good. There's not much else to talk about.
No. It's really this book you want to pick up for yourself and try for yourself.
All I can say is that this is probably the best Superman story we've had in years.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's very good.
Oh, man. Well, next up we got Superwoman #8, written by Phil
Jimenez.
Phil. Is his name Phil?
Yeah, it's Phil Jimenez.
Phil Jimenez? I don't know.
Dude, it's Phil Jimenez.
Jimenez and...
100% positive it's Phil Jimenez.
I don't know. Emanuela Lupacchino. I actually liked this issue.
Ironic, because I didn't like this issue. I thought it was boring and slow and bland and just.
I thought it was fine because somebody finally told Lana to stop being a whiny baby.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they told him in the most boring, dull, uninspired way humanly possible. But I guess that's your thing.
No, because she actually starts to act like Lana Lang in this issue, and it's like great.
I guess.
It's like great because you were really losing me, and I was only sticking because
the art's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh no, the art is great. What else is really good about this issue? I don't know. It just worked for me.
That's good. I'm sorry. I'm looking up, making sure. Yeah, it's Phil Jimenez.
Oh, okay. I've been reading a lot of names, so kind of having a lapse. And
colors by Hi-Fi.
Yeah, it's a weird name to go by.
Uh-huh.
I liked it. Nice little tie-in.
Yeah, it's fine.
Next up, we got Titans #9, written by Dan Abnett and art by Brett Booth.
Are they evil? Come on, people.
Yeah.
Come on. You know the answer to that question. Good book. Good story.
It's
I
fun,
like
though.
it. Yeah, it's fun.
Fun. Dang it, Austin.
Not much to say other than the fact being it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just kind of waiting for the next big universe reveal. That's really what we're waiting for in this book.
I'm waiting for the crossover between that and Teen Titans.
Yeah. With connecting covers.
It's going to be cool. I'm excited.
Next up is Trinity #7, written by Colin Bunn and art by Clay Mann.
Man, this book was good.
Christian, I will end you so fast.
Another issue where they drop Lex Luthor being evil.
It's good.
I'm gonna keep pointing it out.
They tried to do this
also
composite Superman
Superwoman
thing.
was another issue they dropped Lex Luthor being evil.
Yes, they tried to do this composite Superman thing, but with like the Trinity. So it's like
And it looked terrible.
it's got like one boob.
Mm-hmm.
Just like it's so stupid looking.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Great.
But yeah, it's pretty
Sorry.
cool. We don't see any of the heroes in this book. We just see Luthor, Ra's al Ghul. Is it Raj or Raj? Raz.
It depends how you pronounce it. You can either pronounce it Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul. I pronounce it Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
But some people pronounce it Ra's al Ghul. I think it can't be pronounced either way. It's a tomato scenario.
Okay. And then Cersei.
Cersei was pretty cool.
Yeah. For half a second, I was like, wait, why aren't you? Oh, wait, you're not Strife.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good.
Good. I like it.
From what I can tell, this is a kind of a self-contained thing because the next thing that they're going to be doing is Superman Reborn tie-in stuff or Aftermath.
Yeah, but this seems like it's tying.
It's going to lead into a bigger story.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be leading into a larger Lex Luthor's evil story.
Please.
Shocker! He's evil.
I have to say that I honestly prefer Colin Bunn as the writer over Francis Manapul, just because I like Manapul, but he didn't take the book any place really interesting past the first issue.
Yeah.
Some interesting concepts, just not executed very well. But we'll have to wait and see. Love the cover. Next up is Wildstorm #2, written by Warren Ellis and art by John Davis Hunt.
Wild thing, you make my heart. I don't know why I'm thinking.
I will.
I like it. I like the book a lot. It's cool as hell, fun as hell. What are you gonna do? It's Wildstorm, man. A lot of dialogue in this book, though. A lot of exposition. But that's what Ellis's kind of thing is. He loves talking. He loves his talking. He's a good talker. He writes for talking. I mean, I know about talking. I'm a big talker myself.
You're doing it now.
Yeah, I'm doing it right
now. Look at you.
I like it. I think the art's fun. I think it's really good. It's still early into the story, so not much is going on. It's a lot of setup to hopefully a satisfying payoff, and I'm enjoying it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, next up we got Wonder Woman #18, written by Greg Rucka and art by Bill Evely? I don't know. It's a weird name. I liked the issue.
It's a shame I have to wait a whole month.
I know.
For another issue.
I know, because this is
tired.
Honestly, this is a far more interesting story than the other one.
It's gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't want to wait another month for this story. I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired. Give her a second book. Give her 2 books.
Because Godwatch is such a cool
concept. It is. It's such a better story, too. It's whatever. What can you do?
Yeah. I liked it, though.
So did I.
I'm sure it reads better in trade because they actually split it up by story. DC.
Which is so stupid. Like, if you're going to do it, commit to it. But DC's like, no, we're going to split up this story because we're stupid and we're DC and we like to jerk ourselves up.
To be fair, though, they've been giving us a lot of really good books lately.
It's true.
I can be mad at them, but I can't be too mad at them.
Yeah, I agree. You can get frustrated, but I can't really be too mad.
They brought Soups back. They made Batman likable again. We shouldn't be complaining.
It's true. We are complaining about really nothing. Another week, another episode of Collectors Coalition, a Magnesium Studios production.
Prolonged exposure to this podcast may cause the following side effects.
Visiting our website at collectorscoalition.com.
Listening to us on SoundCloud, PodOmatic, and iTunes.
Subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Following us on Twitter at Collect Coalition.
Following us on Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook at Collectors Coalition.
Bouts of extreme depression.
Uncurable, explosive diarrhea.
Not being able to grow up past the mental maturity of a 3-year-old.
But in all seriousness, thank you for listening, and we love you all.
And remember, stay nerdy, my friends.